age limits and term limits, both in Congress and the presidency. And it just seemed like these old goats do not want to let go of their offices.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Mitch McConnell, did you see that press conference?
Well, doing the mute challenge.
Somebody say he went to Renaissance and he just couldn't snap out of it. But no, it was two press.
These wicked people, you cannot smash them. They'll just get up, bounce back up, and keep on walking.
You know, they say it's hard to kill a demon. It's hard to kill a demon.
I love your style. The way you shake it is your back. It do me dance. Now you just got the my baby. I love it so. I love you take it. Oh baby, so free. Make you know give me better.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of yours truly, Black Coffee. Before we begin today, please like, share, subscribe, as well as comment on our content as we continue this journey of season 2 of yours truly, Black Coffee. Jane, I know you sent me some stuff last week on Instagram. And again, y'all, this is just a very random episode, so we're just going to throw stuff in here. But we've been talking about age limits and term limits, both in Congress and the presidency. And it just seemed like these old goats do not want to let go of their offices.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but for instance, Dianne Feinstein, because you sent me this article about Dianne Feinstein, 90 years old. Mind you, she's the senior senator from California, and she's been serving since 92. Won't give up her seat, and I wouldn't be surprised if she announced her reelection campaign.
We haven't seen her in public in how many years? I'm being real. I don't think I have seen like a recent picture of her walking up the steps in recent years.
Matter of fact, for 3 months she's been absent out of office. Mm-hmm. And how can you represent your constituency, a state like California where we have 40 million people and you're one of two people representing those people, when you've been hospitalized for a fall, you've needed a pacemaker, you've had shingles,
damn,
you had encephalitis, which is swelling of the brain. I feel like I'm her doctor giving all of the issues that she has, and you still won't give up your seat.
She's still standing though.
I don't think she's standing.
I mean, she's still rolling in.
Yeah, she might be rolling. She might be.
Because all those things you list will knock a lot of people out, especially at this age, the age she's in.
90 years old. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she ain't the only one. Mitch McConnell, did you see that press conference?
Doing the mute challenge.
Somebody say he went to Renaissance and he just couldn't snap out of it. But no, it was two press. There were two press conferences that he just randomly froze, and his assistants had to carry him off camera, and they came up with some, we know, fake statement saying, mm-hmm. Oh, he was just feeling tired and dizzy.
Healthy. He's still healthy.
He's still healthy. No, the man is 81 years old. Not saying that you can't be healthy at 81, because there's plenty of people.
But the job he has is very
healthy
stressful.
At 81. But yeah, that's a stressful job. Stealing money, not getting work done in Congress. That's very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in office since 1985.
You know what they say? Wicked people, they live long. Child, that wicked man is still like he holding on by the gums of his teeth. Like he
by the grace of God. By the grace of God. Is your Nigerian?
That ain't Nigerian. That was some South African. That ain't Nigerian.
But seriously, Biden, 80 years old, mentioning that he's going to run for re-election when he himself.
Why? Why? Like at that age, rest.
Like
rest.
Rest.
Then Nancy Pelosi, I heard she said she wants to still run for her seat.
Oh yeah, and mind you, guess how old she is?
Old. Probably like what?
83. She's 83. And she's going to run for re-election in 2024, which means at the end of her term, she'll be about 88 years old.
Man.
This is ridiculous. Congress is not meant for y'all to go up there
and be lifers
for 40 years, right? And be lifers, be on oxygen tanks, and you still don't even get things done.
I know that room smell like mothballs. Just a bunch of old, just a bunch of old people. And I'm not ageist. It's just like laughing. Yo, at this age, you're supposed to rest and enjoy the fruit of your labor, or enjoy the wickedness you have done on people. Sit down and relax. Ooh. But you sitting there and just like, golly. And I know it's those people who's behind them pulling the strings because they don't want to lose their little freebies they got going on.
Ooh, that's a good point, Jane.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, because a lot of times these senators and representatives, they have staff members who, if they're very well liked and, if they provide good work, they're on that Congress member's payroll until that Congress member leaves office or loses election or retires, or in a lot of cases dies. So that's their way of propping these people up.
Oh, literally.
to keep getting paid. And this is why we need age limits, and we also need term limits, because again, it's not fair for you to go up there for 40 years, get nothing done, get paid from corporations, and do nothing for your communities, and then also still not even be able to show up for work because you in the hospital because
you're always sick.
You always sick.
You always on PTO. You started like you always off. You always off.
It ain't even PTO. That's eternal sick time, or
golly.
It's ridiculous. It's selfish. And that's why I loved what you sent me the other day. Mitt Romney, who y'all know as I think he's the current senator from Utah, but he was governor of Massachusetts.
He ran for president twice before?
Yeah. He ran in 2008 and he ran in 2012. He's 74, 75. And he said, look, this is my last term. I'm done. I'm out of office. Because if I were to run, I would be 80 years old by the end of my term if I won. I hope all these old politicians follow his lead, and you've already made your quote unquote impact. Let young people go up there and make change. Because again, 90 years ago when Dianne Feinstein was born, there were a lot of places in America that you and I could not be.
Mm-hmm.
She subscribes to those beliefs. If you have a lot of people who were born in eras, born before the civil rights movement, born before integration, born when the KKK was just randomly taking control, right, walking around freely. Now they hide, but back then, and again, that's in sometimes our parents and grandparents' lifetimes, and these senators like Mitch McConnell, born those eras, they bring those ideas. Some of them bring those ideas to the table. It's ridiculous that the majority of Congress members are in their 60s, followed by people in their 70s. That's just,
yeah. That's why I feel like that's why we don't see progression in certain aspects of what's going on in the United States.
It's the very reason why we're not seeing progression. And until it changes, we're going to continue to be stale. And it's interesting how they love to talk about other countries having long-term dictators and corrupt government officials, which they do. Yeah. But we also have it here. But speaking of other countries, Africa.
Woo!
Ooh, Jane.
They are standing up. The young folks ain't playing out there. They're not.
Tell us what's going on.
They said enough is enough. The coups, left and right. You hear in France?
Yeah.
Keep your eye open. Keep that good eye open. Macron.
You know what?
Macron? That's his name?
Macron? Yeah, Macron is still president.
I said it right. Macron? Okay.
Macron and his sugar mama first lady. But no, Jane is right. These former French colonies still pay an annual income tax to France. And guess what? France says it's because of all the buildings and development that they brought to those countries during colonialization.
Child, some places still look like it's just getting started. No, like no disrespect.
No, you're right.
I'm not
You're
being
right.
disrespectful, but I'm just saying, what are you talking about?
What development equates to the $500 billion collectively that these 14 African countries, and we'll put a list in the description, provide to France every single year? Because last time I checked, Guinea don't look like it got billions of dollars worth of investment there.
Mm-hmm.
Burkina Faso don't look like they have had billions of dollars in investment, even through the course of hundreds of years of colonialization.
I'm gonna say, look at Haiti.
Thank you. Because a lot of people clown on Haiti, Jane, but I know the reason in Haiti's case is because France never forgot that little Haiti beat the strongest military in the world at the time, which is France, led by midget Napoleon. You got anything to say?
I mean, I love it. And I know it's going to take time before you actually see change, but it's the fact that they're speaking up, they're not scared. I know people are like, okay, Russia's speaking in their ears, but I feel like they are right. Why are you still paying something that you have no business paying? Mm-hmm. They came to your house taking stuff, and they want you to pay? That makes no sense.
And even besides the tax, and I know this is not France. Well, France might be involved in this too, but the United Kingdom. Queen Elizabeth went and told them countries, especially like Nigeria and Benin, because there's a lot of artifacts, cultural artifacts, that during colonialization was stolen from those countries and put in museums. And she had the nerve to tell them they have to pay, was it $200 million
to get their stuff back?
To get they face masks and
well, let them keep on playing with those spirits. They don't know what they're invoking. I looked at the Day Young. I saw some statues, like African statues from Nigeria, from the Igbo tribe, the Yoruba tribe. I said, okay, keep touching it, keep praising to it, and you wonder why you're not sleeping good at night. Yeah.
They wonder why no sunlight is in the UK.
Yeah.
Because it's seriously because a lot of people forget that these artifacts that they stole are highly revered cultural artifacts that had spiritual meanings, which means there's spiritual attachments to them. And so it is not a joke. People love to laugh at, they call it witchcraft or whatever.
Voodoo and all that stuff.
Voodoo, even though sometimes those terms are derogatory. But trust and believe, it's real.
Hey.
There's spiritual attachments to them, and you don't want to give them their artifacts back because they say, I think their reasoning is, oh, we can take care of it better than you can. So you stole their jewels and then tell them, oh, the reason why I don't want to give it back because I can take care of it better than you can. They told India the same thing with the jewels they stole from India, and India asked for it back. And a couple years ago, they're like, "Oh, we have better ways. We have better
resources to take care of.
We have better resources to take care of the jewels that we stole." Yeah,
they just be stealing everything. What's their national dish? Curry, chicken curry.
Oh, they stole that.
Yeah,
but honestly, that's what London's known for. Because London ain't known for
just stealing things.
London ain't known for good English food. Have you ever, Jane? Have you ever heard anybody say, "Oh, I want to get some English food"?
No.
London is known for either Caribbean, the African, or the Indian food there because the local food. I'm not trying to clown on England, but y'all stole from our people. So yeah, we're going to clown on y'all for a little bit. I got to give it to Ghana though. I got to give it to Ghana because Ghana has this revered stool that the Ashanti Kingdom hides. It's like a highly regarded and respected stool that's made of pure gold that only the Ashanti Hen, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically the king or the leader of the Ashanti Empire can only sit on that during ceremonies. Even he might not even know where it is. They hid that stool. They was like, the British ain't coming over here stealing this. They was like,
what are you talking about? We don't have nothing.
To this day. And the English been looking at it for 500 years and they can't find it. They hid it.
They're not gonna find that. They're not gonna find it.
They ain't gonna find it. But
man, they want to go dig up Abraham Lincoln and Napoleon. Put him on display.
Jane, have you realized that they always dig up our kings and queens, and they go to China and dig up the emperors there, and South America dig up the people in Peru? How come they never dig up Queen Elizabeth I and see how she looked like? How come they never dig up Charlemagne and Julius
Columbus
Caesar?
and
Right? Yeah. Where Christopher Columbus? I don't even know where his, but they want to come to our stuff and dig up our people.
Talking about
You know, I wouldn't be surprised they go and try to dig up Tupac 100 years from now and talking about like it's just like it's disrespectful.
Like, let the dead rest.
But I know we went off course there a little bit, but before we end, since we're talking about coups, Ali Bongo, President Bongo of the Gabon,
quack.
He was on Instagram, he was on Twitter, aka X. He was on Facebook and WhatsApp trying to talk to the aunties.
The aunties. They're gonna listen.
Basically, because he was the longtime president of the Gabon, which is a small little country in Central Africa. And he was pleading with the world. He said, please, friends all over the world, can y'all come and help me? They tied my wife up and put her in a different room and captured my son. They got me hostage. And I'm like, dude, you were the same one who cut off the Wi-Fi. You know, he did that old
they love
school
take away
African
power.
tactic.
That's what they would do.
That's all they do.
Would take away power.
He took away the power, cut off the Wi-Fi during the election because he wanted to be reelected, even though he's had 3 or 4 strokes in the past couple of years and barely can walk, barely can talk. I'm like, dude, you should be glad that you're alive.
These wicked people, you cannot smash them. They'll just get up, bounce back up, and keep on walking.
You know, they say it's hard to kill a demon. It's hard to kill a demon.
My God.
And one thing about these coups, Jane, besides the Gabon, which was last couple of weeks ago, back in August, Niger had their coup. Burkina Faso had 2 coups last year.
Mm-hmm.
Mali, I can't even count how many coups they had in 2021. They just line things up. Guinea. But one thing I must say is different is they actually kept all these presidents who were taken out of office, they kept them alive. They even gave them a chance to go into exile because we know how them old school coups went back in the day.
Yeah, I think the one thing that stuck out to me is Gaddafi.
Woo. Yeah, because that was America's involvement.
Yeah, but you saw how the people handle him.
Yeah, that was very disrespectful. And I won't go too much into my thoughts on Gaddafi because I feel like the FBI and CIA might be watching. But I will say Gaddafi was a proponent for African economic unity, and that's all I'm going to say.
Leave it right there because you're gonna open that can of worms. Just leave it right there.
We're gonna leave it right there, y'all. I hope that we educated you guys a little bit about what's going on in Africa. There's a huge change in the world order. This generation they're waking up and realizing we're not our parents. And so we're going to keep an eye on all of this. Hopefully these countries remain stable because Africa is the most resource rich, yet for years, for decades, for centuries has been stolen and robbed. And that's all that we have for y'all today.
Yes. But before you leave, check on your friends, your loved ones. Take care of your grandpas and grandmas. Let them rest. You don't have to work.
And I do want to make a disclaimer here. We are not ageist. We are not trying to knock down our elders and seniors because, again, it's a blessing to reach that age, to reach your 70s, 80s, 90s, especially with all the medical advancements that we've had. However, it's not fair that many of the people who are our leaders, our representatives, are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Many of whom have health issues and can't do their jobs properly and are hogging up these seats and halting progress. It's not fair. If there's a retirement age in the military, mandatory retirement age in the military. Even in medicine, even flying a plane, Jane.
Even driving a
car. You can't be 95 years old and needing a pacemaker and shingles and encephalitis and talking about you're going to fly regularly for American Airlines. Because I don't think anyone is going to jump on that plane. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but our elders rest.
Please
enjoy your time.
Get a hot blanket, snuggle, watch some Grey's Anatomy. Just enjoy your time.
Them hot blankets be
oh, it's almost winter, so I'm gonna need to go get one.
Right. But Jane, you can lead us out today.
Health is wealth. It be your own people. Don't be surprised.
It be your own people, Sukiana.
Oh my God. Dream big, and this is BlaqKoffee.
This is BlaqKoffee. We love you, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Oh, baby, so free, so free.